There are many problems in life, and sometimes it seems like everything is getting out of hand. But what if I told you there was a way to stay strong, calm, and unwavering, no matter what comes your way? That's what Stoicism can do for you. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus learned how to be at peace with themselves for hundreds of years. Their lessons are still useful today, even though they were written thousands of years ago. Stoicism gives you the tools to rise above the chaos in a world that is always pushing you to your limits, and have a purposeful, strong life, even when you're dealing with stress. Using the Stoic attitude to handle relationships or find your way can change how you deal with everything, so if you've ever felt stuck or overloaded, now is the time to take charge. Today I'm going to share some useful steps to help you get to the next level in your life. Before we start, I'd like to ask a simple, free request of you if you like what we're doing here, is to click subscribe and watch the whole video. Builds on the last one, so let's dive in. You might be thinking, life is busy, I have a lot of things to do and people to take care of. Although you have a lot of work to do, you should make time for yourself first. If you don't, no one else will. You may have heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. It's true that if you always put other people before yourself, you'll run out of energy. Focusing on yourself and even getting motivated doesn't mean you're selfish. It means making sure your body, mind, and emotions are in great shape, so you can give your all. Do something small every morning for the people and things that matter to you. Just for yourself, like getting quiet and writing down your goals. You can take a deep breath and set a goal for the day. It's your choice. Start by telling yourself nice things. I know it can feel weird at first, standing in front of the mirror and telling yourself, I deserve this, or I can handle this. But trust me, your mind starts to believe what you tell it over and over again. Being happy right now isn't the only goal. Changing your brain is too. For long-term strength and trust, another important part. Part of putting yourself first is setting limits. Everyone has people or events that bother them, that make us tired, and learning to say no to things that don't help you. It changes everything and makes room for the important things, the things that make you happy and motivated. You're the main player in your own story. You set the stage for everything else in your life to succeed when you put yourself first. Oh, and guess what? Taking care of yourself first lets you help other people more, so it's a win. Start asking yourself today, how can I put my needs first? What little things can I do to make sure I'm not running out of gas? If you think this is just about ego, don't roll your eyes. There's a lot more to this than meets the eye. Getting better looks isn't about meeting society's beauty standards as much as you might think, or being too focused on every little thing. It's about being the best version of yourself. That starts with how you show the world who you are. Think about that when you like the way you look. Being sure of yourself makes you walk a little taller and more confident. It's not just about looking good. You need to speak with more confidence and face problems with more power. But here's the important thing, it's not about being perfect. Find a style that fits you, whether that's a sleek suit or something else. Whether you want to go for a casual look or something completely different, what you wear should make you feel good. Ensure that your style shows what kind of person you are, and when how you look matches how you feel inside, everything falls into place. And don't forget the simple things like taking care of your appearance and keeping your clothes neat. These little things like standing up straight send a word to more than just the world. But show yourself that you value who you are. This doesn't have to cost a lot of money. That's not what Stoicism is about. It's about self-respect. To think about the things we can change, and how you look is one of those things. How you feel on the inside often shows up on the outside when you take care of yourself. Now, don't try to please other people. This is about how you show up for yourself. Putting on clothes that make you feel good about yourself boosts your sense of self-worth. You're telling yourself and everyone else, I'm here and ready. Now stop and think. How can you improve your look in a way that makes you feel good? It could be trying a new haircut. No matter what it is, you should pay a little more attention to how you carry yourself. It should show how much confidence you're getting inside. Trust me, I know that some days are tough and all you want to do is frown. However, Your smile has more power than you think. It's not just for making people like you. This is true. When you smile, it changes your brain chemicals and your mood. Dopamine and serotonin are hormones in your brain that make you feel good, even if you're not feeling very happy. It's like a mood booster that you can use whenever you want. The best part? It works, even if you have to lie at first. Do not misunderstand. I am not suggesting that you should smile like everything is fine when it's not. Stoicism tells us that ignoring problems is not the answer. Instead, we should learn to deal with them. How we respond to them. Smiling when things are tough doesn't mean you're acting. If everything is okay, it means you're picking how to deal with problems. The idea is to choose to be positive today, no matter what is going on around you. A small smile can change your mood and help you stay cool and on task. When things go badly, this is where things get even better. Your smile makes other people happy. It's possible that someone will smile back at you, even if they don't know it. People can spread happiness through a simple smile from someone you don't know. You have the same power to spread good vibes at work or with friends, or even when you're feeling stressed. Plus, smiling changes the way you sound. People will be able to tell the change in your voice when you smile next time you're on the phone. How are you going to make this a habit? Feel good about yourself before you even get out of bed. Smile at yourself in the mirror as you get ready, and try to smile at different times during the day. Over time, even if it's just at yourself, it feels normal. Remember that happiness doesn't mean ignoring the problems in your life. It means facing them with strength. Stoicism teaches us to be positive and happy. A smile is one of the easiest ways to do this. Most useful tools you have, so use them. I promise they'll make a bigger difference, more than you think. The truth is that some people will always be in your life who make you feel bad, or who don't want what's best for you. It could be a coworker or a friend from far away, or even a family member, but here's the thing. Just because someone is awful or tough doesn't mean they are bad. Still, you don't have to be. You can be kind and keep the peace at the same time. Stoicism helps us stay calm and focused by teaching us how to set limits, no matter what other people do, and part of that means knowing when to back off. Being nice doesn't mean letting people treat you badly. In fact, it's the opposite. To be kind, you have to treat others and yourself with care. If someone asks too much of you, you can still say no. You can wish someone well. You should stay away from them if they're always negative or taking your energy, though. It's a mix between being true to your beliefs and looking out for your own health. You don't have to give anyone full access to your time or feelings, especially if it's making you unhappy. Set clear limits with people so you don't have to explain yourself. Or feel bad about putting yourself first. It's okay to spend less time with people who are harmful or draining you all the time. That doesn't mean you're being mean or rude. Stoicism teaches us that it just means you're choosing to make good use of your time, that we have power over ourselves and not over other people, and that staying in charge isn't always easy. Is to cut down on the number of negative people we interact with. Being kind while making limits is great because it helps you avoid. You're not angry or defensive and there's no need for strife. When you do that, you're protecting your own area in a calm and polite way. That way you're also protecting your energy, but also show others how to be kind. And people will start to see that your kindness doesn't mean you'll always say yes or put up with bad things. So the next time you're tired, if you feel uncomfortable with someone's company or stressed out by their demands, remember that it's okay to cut off contact. After all that stoicism, be kind, but keep your space when you need to. It's not about cutting people off, it's about how you handle your interactions. It brings out the best in you and the people around you. Setting limits is a way to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself makes it easier to be kind to other people. You have a lot of work to do, your phone won't stop ringing, and it seems like everything is going wrong. When a lot of things happen at once, it's easy to feel stressed. But here's the thing. Staying calm in the middle of chaos is key. That stoicism tells us that even though we can't change what happens in the outside world, we have full power over how we react to them, but stressful things will still happen. But what do you do about them? That's completely up to you if you stay cool. When you keep your feelings in check and your mind clear, you make the best choices. Just think about it. It's hard to think straight when you're scared or stressed, right? But take a deep breath, slow down, and think about what you can change. Suddenly, you see things more clearly. This is one of the best ways to feel calm, is to pay close attention to your breath the next time you feel stressed. Take a big breath in for 4 counts, hold it for 4, and then let it out for 4. Is that right? Another powerful Stoic method is to do something so simple that it calms you down right away, is to change how you think about things. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Most of the time, the answer is no. By putting things in perspective, you can lessen its hold on you. It may be upsetting right now, but if it's not going to make a difference in the long run, is it really worth the fuss? When you get that far away, it helps you remember what's important and what you can let go of. Focusing on what you can change is one of the main ideas behind Stoicism. There is always a part of a stressful scenario where you can choose what to think and do. If the project date gets pushed back, you can't change how you feel, but you can change how you work. You can't change how you schedule your time if someone else is being annoying. You can choose how you react to them, though, by putting your energy into the things that matter. You can get yourself to stop wasting time and energy on things you can't change. Being calm doesn't mean you're ignoring your worry or acting like everything is fine. If you choose to face the worry with a clear mind, it means you're being steady. When things around you aren't safe, and trust me, people notice when you keep your cool. They take more faith in you, are pulled to your calm vibe, and look to you for direction. The next time life puts you in a tough spot, take a moment to relax. Take deep breaths and think about what you can control. Not only will you have a better understanding of what's going on, and feel more in charge of your thoughts and feelings. Like the Stoics said, in a world that always tries to tell you what to do, who you are, and how to live, making your own plans is a form of revolt. It means you're in charge of your life, and guiding it where you want it to go instead of where other people want it to go. But here's the thing. Making plans isn't just about going after your dreams. It's not about doing whatever makes you feel good at the time. It's about making your life fit with your beliefs. The first step is to think about the things that really matter to you. Learn what your core beliefs are and what's most important to you. Is it work, family, freedom, or growth? No matter what it is. These principles show you the way. They help you make choices and keep you grounded. Take a moment to think about your ideals when things get tough if you're not sure what they are. There's a good chance that the times you felt most satisfied or proud of yourself were in line with your core values once you know what really drives you. You can stay on track better when there are no other things to distract you, or what other people think you should do. Next, make goals that are true to you. I don't mean goals that look good on paper or goals that other people think you should have. I mean real, important goals that make you happy and fit with your morals. Everyone has a different idea of what success looks like, and it's easy to get caught up in trying to find someone else's. Stoicism, on the other hand, tells us to live by our own rules instead of what other people expect of us. So think about what your idea of success is. How do you want your life to be in 5 or 10 years? This is what will set your course. Isn't always easy. It usually means leaving your comfort zone and being open to the unknown. When you push yourself, you grow, and it can feel good. Sometimes things are hard, but that's where Stoicism comes in. Stoics tell us, the things that make you uncomfortable are where real growth happens. They're not problems. They're chances to get better, stronger, and more durable. So if you're going to make your own path, be ready for some pain along the way. And remember that this is a trip, not a race. It's all part of the process. Doesn't mean you need to know everything right away or have a great plan for each step. Your road will change as your life does. To keep going, stay interested, and be ready to change when needed. Always be willing to learn and grow, and be ready for your path to change. Trust your feelings as you learn more about the world and yourself. It's good to get help from other people, but only you know yourself better. Your intuition is often a reflection of what you know, of your goals, experiences, and beliefs. So learn to believe it. Stoics think that truth is inside you, and you should always carry it with you. You are in charge of your own life once you set your course. And if you stay true to yourself, the road you make will lead you where you want to go, to the most happiness. So take the wheel and set your course. And move your life in the way that makes you happy. People should be strong in who they are and what they believe in, trust me. These days, everyone you look is telling you that it takes guts. What you should think about, what you should care about, and how you should live your life. They taught us that real power comes from inside and standing up for what you believe in. Keep your values even when it seems like everyone else is pulling you in a different way. Before you can take a stand, you need to know what your ideals are. What's most important to you? What do you refuse to change? It could be honesty, dedication, or growth. Or anything else that feels important to you once you know what your ideals are. It gets easier to make choices and act in ways that are in line with them. Like having a strong base, you always know where you stand, no matter what happens. You're grounded. So when problems or arguments come up, you don't get thrown off as easily. In something bigger than what's going on right now, but here's what's making your stand. Of yelling your views from the rooftops or getting into arguments all the time. It's sometimes enough to just live in a way with people who don't agree with you. That shows what you value. If being honest is one of your values, your deeds will speak louder than your words. Kindness should be a big part of your daily life. Show it by the things you do. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but people can tell when someone is honest. Can be stronger than any case or speech, and let's be honest. Being strong in your views can mean being by yourself, which can be hard. We all want to fit in, and it's simple to do what everyone else does to avoid having a fight. Stoicism teaches us that it's better to stay true to who you are and what you believe in. More important to be true to yourself than to fit in at the cost of your honor. Epictetus, Stoic thinker, said that if you want to get better, you should be happy being seen as stupid and foolish. Remember that times when you're ready to stand out are often times when you grow and get stronger. If it makes people dislike or misunderstand you, you don't have to fight it. When you're taking a stand, you need to know when to speak up and when to let things go. You don't always have to dig in your heels. Choose your fights wisely. Don't worry about the little things, just pay attention to the ones that really mean to you. Stoics tell us to save our energy for things that don't go against our core values, for the things that matter, and that's a skill you should learn. But where do you begin? Taking a stand? First, be sure of what you believe in. Then, make small. If you make choices that are in line with your beliefs, you'll see that your behaviors change over time. You become a stable example of your beliefs, and people are drawn to that kind of strength and consistency. People will respect you more for how you live your life, not just what you think. Every day, and most importantly, you'll respect yourself more. So stand strong on what you believe in and don't be afraid to live it, even if it means being by yourself some of the time. This might come as a surprise in a talk about Stoicism, but it's true. Are really helpful in life, especially when things get tough. Even though the Stoics are known for being serious and quiet, they knew this. It can be hard to remember how important it is to live a light-touch life. But keeping your sense of fun healthy can help you handle problems with poise and strength. It's not about being funny or making people laugh all the time. It's about developing a point of view, which helps you see the bright side of things even when things seem too much. If you want to keep your wit sharp, learn to laugh at yourself. There are times when teams and being able to poke fun at ourselves are good for us. At your own flaws or mistakes. It shows that you're sure of yourself and puts other people at ease. It also keeps you from getting stuck in your own ego, which is very important. As Seneca, a Stoic, said, "He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at." It's a lesson that life isn't so bad when you can find humor in your flaws. Funny things can also help you see things in a bigger picture when you train yourself to notice them. The silly things that happen in normal life, the little ironies and contradictions. It gets easier to ignore things that don't matter, like traffic jams can either ruin your day or make you laugh. You might be grumpy instead of getting angry because you forgot to drink your coffee in the morning. Laugh at how silly it is that you let something so small affect your mood. Changing the way you think is key. Timing is also a big part of humor. Not every scenario calls for a joke, but you should know when to use humor. Can lift your spirits, ease your stress, and even help you connect with others more deeply. Think about how much easier it is to have tough talks when you add some humor to the mix. It doesn't get rid of the problem, but it makes it easier to deal with. That you don't take everything so seriously that it breaks you shows that you're adaptable. People are interested in that, but here's the thing. Comedy doesn't just make things better. It works great in social situations and is also a great way to deal with problems in your own life. Whenever you're having a hard time, finding even a little humor in things can change everything. It changes the attention from how hard things are to how strong you are. You're not ignoring your problems just because you can find something funny in the middle of a bad day. It means you're choosing to see them more like them. So how do you start improving your wit? Start by noticing what's going on around you. If you pay attention, life is full of strange and funny times. Read a lot of different kinds of writing, from funny to serious. Being exposed to different points of view will help you come up with your own unique brand of wit. Try not to take things too seriously and enjoy the little things that make you laugh. Remember that having wit isn't just about being the funniest person in the room, even when things get tough. Keeping things in perspective helps you stay strong. Life is already very serious. Making people laugh is a healthy way to stay grounded and calm. Don't give up on that wit, even when things get tough. This little tool can help you get through the good and bad times in life. With a laugh. This may seem like common sense, but in today's fast-paced world, respect is often forgotten. It's important to remember that we live in a self-centered world. On treating everyone with respect and dignity, no matter what their position, beliefs, or actions are why this is important. Showing respect to others not only makes them feel good, it also makes you feel good too. Not only makes you look good, but it also shows that you value everyone within you. Being polite to everyone, no matter who they are or where they come from, it doesn't mean you have to agree or even like everyone. It means you understand them. The freedom to think, feel, and experience what they want, and you don't have to share yours. Being polite to someone is one of the most important things you can do for them. When we disagree but still listen and accept each other's points of view, we make connections. The Stoics teach us that we can't change the way other people act, but we can always change how we act, how we react. Choosing to respond with respect shows what kind of person you are. One of the best ways to show respect is to focus on what you want, not how they act. In a world where everyone talks, it's hard to find someone who just listens, who really listens. But when you do, it makes a big difference. That makes people feel important, which makes them more likely to do what you want. You don't just have to wait for your turn to speak to show respect. But respect often starts with really hearing what the other person is saying. Giving someone your full attention is another important part of being polite is being able to disagree without being rude. We're not always going to agree with you. To agree with everyone, which is fine, but how do we deal with those? When you disagree with someone, you can stand your ground and stick to your views without being rude or dismissive. It's all in how you say it. The Stoics were great at this because they believed in being strong. Next time you find yourself being firm in your beliefs but doing so with calm and reason. When you disagree with someone, try to stay cool and think about the problem, not them. You'll find that respect can ease tension and make talks more useful. Respect also shows up in small ways, like being on time and noticing someone's hard work, or even just saying, "Thank you." These little things might not seem important, but when added up, they show that you appreciate the other person's time, effort, and efforts. Also, remember that respect works both ways. When you treat others with respect, they will respect you back. You make a place where people are more likely to respect you, which is a great way to make things stronger. Your personal and business relationships will be better if you. But keep in mind that respect isn't about being nice or giving in. It doesn't mean you let other people treat you badly or cross your limits. You can be firm and direct while still being polite. In fact, being respectful means being firm and direct. It also means knowing when to stand up for yourself and when to set limits. Balance was important to the Stoics, and they knew when to leave bad situations. That means finding a balance between being kind and respectful to others and being kind and respectful to yourself. Look for ways to show respect in both big and small ways as you go about your day. Whether it's paying more attention, being on time, or just being nice. When you're having a tough talk, these acts of respect will not only make your relationships better, but it will also make you better and more grounded. Stoicism teaches us that we're all a part of something bigger. We live in a community, and when we treat each other with care, we make the ties that hold us together stronger. Being kind to everyone isn't just about them. It's about making the world a better place, a more thoughtful version of you. To set limits or borders, you must first know what those limits are, and making sure other people get them too. It's simple to get caught up in wanting to make everyone happy, or taking on too much, but if you don't set clear limits, you'll burn out in the end. Stoicism tells us to keep our inner peace and concentrate on the things we can manage, and one of the best ways to keep that sense of power is to set clear rules. The first thing you need to do is figure out what your limits are. What are your must-haves? Maybe it's how much time you waste at work. What you want in a relationship, or even something as easy as not checking your email. If you know your limits after a certain hour, you can stay true to your ideals. It keeps you from taking on more than you can handle. It's about making room for you to do well, not just get by. And let's be honest, people will often cross your limits without even realizing it if you don't set them. If you don't tell people what your limits are, they won't be able to follow them. If you don't tell them whether it's at work, with friends, or in the family, it's important to be clear about what you don't want and what you do. You don't have to explain or defend your limits. A polite no will do. When you make your limits clear, saying, "This doesn't work for me," or "That's not what I want," is enough. You're not being rude, you're just taking care of your own energy and wants. Most people will admire you for being honest, even if it makes you feel bad at first. Setting clear boundaries is hard because you have to be consistent. You need to follow through on the rules you set, or they won't mean much if you break them all the time. Saying yes to things you don't want to do or letting other people cross the lines you've set. People are confused, and you feel less in control when you do it. You and other people will believe you more if you are consistent. When you set clear limits, people know what you're capable of, and over time they'll learn to follow those rules. It's not about being strict, it's about being dependable. Follow your own morals, and remember that limits work both ways. As much as you want people to accept your limits, you should also do the same for them. Being aware of the fact that others have different safety zones and strengths. This kind of mutual respect helps relationships get better and healthier, is what makes relationships with other people balanced and positive. It's not selfish to say no, it's self-care. Setting limits can make us feel bad, especially if it means letting someone down. Stoicism, on the other hand, tells us that we can only control what we do and not how other people respond. If setting a limit makes you feel calmer, more focused, or more in line with your goals, then do it. Then that's the right choice, no matter how other people feel at the time. When you know what you can and can't do, everyone wins in the long run. If you feel stressed or angry, you're less likely to get through it. And that makes the things you do say yes to you more present and useful. To sum up, limits are not walls that keep people out. They're rules that help you keep your time, energy, and peace of mind safe. They let you be your best for the people and projects that really count. Pick one area of your life where you need to make things more clear to begin. Act on it. It could be as easy as setting a timer to stop checking work emails at a certain time every day, or something as big as setting limits in a tough relationship. Whatever it is, make sure it shows what's important to you, and don't be afraid to stick to it. In the end, one of the best ways to show respect for yourself is to set clear rules. These people, This could be the most important thing you can do to change your life for the worse. Can come from anything, people, places, or even your own thoughts. Stoics tell us that it can drain us faster than anything else if we're not careful. To keep our attention on the things we can change and let go of the ones we can't. Getting rid of bad energy means taking back your mental space and making room for good things. You can start to grow and be stronger by being honest with the people around you. Which person makes you feel good and which ones make you feel bad because you have to or because it's what you normally do? But if someone is always making your life worse, you might want to think again about how much energy they can use. But that doesn't mean you need to cut people off totally, but you can set limits or limit how much you talk to them. It was important to the Stoics to avoid people who didn't add value to your life. More than quantity when it came to relationships. Spend time with people who inspire you. Positive energy will push you and help you grow, but bad energy will hold you back. Isn't just about other people. It can also come from inside you. Listen to what you have to say. Are you always having doubts, judging your acts, or expecting the worst? That's also negative energy. One of the most powerful things you can do is fight those bad thoughts. When they show up, change the script and think about what could go right instead of woes. Think about what could go well instead of what could go wrong. Remind yourself of your skills and be aware of the words you use to talk to yourself. Stoicism stresses how of being in charge of our own minds, and the first step is to recognize and change those bad thoughts. Your surroundings is another place where negative energy can come from. Have a look around. Does your room make you feel calm and ready to work? Or is it crowded and disorganized sometimes? Often makes us feel stressed and bad without us even realizing it. Getting rid of clutter in your home can help you clear your mind and make it that shows the energy you want to bring into your life. Even if it's just making small changes like cleaning up your workspace or getting your house in order can make a big difference in how you feel every day. Then there are the habits that bad energy loves to hide in, like doing things that waste time. And bad habits like spending hours every day looking through social media, putting off or not taking care of your health. These habits hurt your mental health over time. And health, the most important thing is to choose wisely where you put your time and energy. Look at your daily habits and decide which ones are helpful and which ones are just draining you. Get rid of the things that aren't helping you and do something good instead, like reading, getting some exercise, or just taking some time to rest and recharge. Getting rid of bad energy isn't about making your life perfect and problem-free. You should plan how you use your energy and focus on the things that make you feel good. That means sometimes making tough choices like ending bad relationships. It can be hard to break bad habits or face your own negative thoughts, but the return is huge. When you get rid of the bad things, you make room for growth, happiness, and peace. Stoics think that how well you can handle things determines how good your life is. When it comes to things you can control, bad energy might not always be something you can stay away from. However, you choose to handle it by getting rid of things that don't help you. You have more energy to focus on what's important, so take a moment to think about it. What's bringing you the most stress right now, and what can you do about it? To stop, keep in mind that little moves can add up to big changes. And getting rid of pessimism makes room for a more focused, happy life. Before we end, keep this in mind. What you let into your life shapes it. And what you leave out of every choice you make to put yourself first and set limits. Every day that you take care of and protect your energy is one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. The real strength comes from knowing that you can choose how to deal with life. Please watch one of the videos on the screen if you want to keep building on these ideas. Welcome to the Stoic Journal. This will help you grow even more in your Stoic journey. Don't give up, stay strong, and keep going.